Welcome to GateCrashers, a podcast dedicated to kicking open the door to your next favourite thing. Our mission, our creed, our code is this: to make all things more approachable and accessible to everyone. We want you to find a universe that you'll fall in love with. My name's Ethan. My pronouns are he, him.
John, my pronouns are also he, him.
And I'm Patrick, and my pronouns are he, him. So, oh,
So yeah, we here to talk just in general about the Oscars. I think everyone who's listening probably knows what it's about, but Pat, why didn't you give us a quick overview?
yeah, sure. So we're the Oscars, also known as the Academy Awards, are an annual awards ceremony presented by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, based in Los Angeles. And the first Academy Awards were in 1929, and so this year's Oscars are going to be the 98th Academy Awards. So we getting close to 100 years in a couple of years, but yeah, so been around pretty much as long as the movie industry. Considered one of the most prestigious art awards in the world. Considered one of the top, for the acting categories, kind of considered the paramount achievement, at least in English language acting. That there are some foreign films that get nominated and all that, which we'll talk about at some point. But yeah, it's really kind of one of the big staples of the modern media. Kind of, the prestige that comes with winning Oscars and especially things like Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, things along those lines. So yeah, it's a pretty significant event, whether or not you agree with the Academy's decisions, whether or not you think the Oscars are a good representation of the best movies, that of course is up for debate, but kind of in the way that a lot of people see the kind of the film industry, this is one of the big things that kind of helps guide people. And it is alongside the Emmy Awards for television, Tony Awards for theater, and Grammy Awards for music. It's also, the Oscars are one part of an EGOT, which is kind of almost now the next pinnacle, if you will, of being able to kind of sweep the different awards and get an EGOT. So
I was gonna say there's only a handful of EGOTs out there, right? Like,
yeah, I think we might actually be up to like 25-ish.
I'm looking right now how many we've had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep talking. 7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch that have happened recently.
21.
21. Okay, yeah. 20 people with an EGOT, so which is, the next level up. But yeah, it's a certainly, especially in the context of English language film, the film industry in the US, UK, and Canada in particular, and Australia. It's pretty significant achievement for that at least group of films. So yeah. So yeah, we are going to talk about the Oscars in general, kind of over, we'll probably, to be honest, probably talk at least about the last couple of decades more than anything else. But anything kind of from the last 98 years is fair game for our conversation today. So just fair warning that if you were like about to sit down and watch, The Godfather for the first time, or Anora, last year's Best Picture winner, anything like that, and you don't want to be spoiled, there is a good chance that really any movie that's been nominated for an Oscars, we might talk about spoilers.
If you really did not want to know what happened at the end of Titanic, I have really bad news for you.
But yeah, so if we'll give you the courtesy break if you want to pause and go watch something that you were going to watch anyway, then but really just a warning more than anything that spoilers will definitely be coming up in the conversation.
And also, just before we go into that break, I do want to point out that we are recording this the day the nominations for the 98th Academy Awards have been announced. So there will also probably be some discussion about those as well.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. So we'll see you after the break. And then music plays,
We
and
should, if we don't get copyright, can we play Celine Dion? Because that's an Academy Award winner. And
yes, it is just it's the full track of My Heart Goes On.
it's just
Yes.
all of the whole My Heart Will Go On, the entire thing.
Well, Dan and I do have history of belting out Celine Dion very drunk when we were on a Zoom call. So
As you should.
When's
As you
the
should.
GateCrashers episode on Celine Dion? I'm just saying.
Listen, we could do it. Uh, all right. And we're back. So hopefully you went and watched every Best Picture winner from the last 98 years, and that you're all ready for whatever we're going to discuss here. But anyway, so Ethan and John will start whichever of you wants to start. Kind of, what's your experience with the Oscars? You know, what kind of, how do you interact with them? How do you feel about them?
Ethan, do you want to go first, or
you go first.
Okay, so mine, I didn't start following the Oscars closely until the year Lord of the Rings: Return of the King got nominated and swept the whole thing. Like, I had known what the Oscars were, but like with Lord of the Rings, I came to like, oh, hey, let me follow these Oscars more. And then every year since then, I've followed, okay, it's this one, it's this one, it's this one. But I remember Lord of the Rings just being that that big turning point. And I've tried to go back. I've not seen all the Best Picture winners. I'm trying to do that now. I spent the last couple of weeks going through quite a few of them. I still have more to go. But when I got older, I think even in college, I stayed up and I watched the ceremony if I was home in the dorm.
Yeah, and go on, sorry, Pat.
Sorry?
Were you going to say something? Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying. I just said awesome. So
But yeah, in terms of my experience with the Oscars, God, must have been 2010. I started watching them, and then like from then on, it would be the case of watching them every year, or more to the point, watching them after I'd get home from school because of the time difference. Lately, though, I've gotten to booking the day off work to watch them.
Ethan, when I first met you, you had the day booked and you just went fucking crazy.
Look, it was a very fun night that first time we all did a group watch of the Oscars. There was many drinks consumed. That was a good time.
You somehow got control of the Zoom meeting and laughed maniacally.
Hey, that's Dan's fault for leaving. But no, yeah, it's just been a case of like my investment in the Oscars has grown more with how into film I've gotten. Before the break, Pat, you said about whether we agree with the lineup for like Best Picture and such every year, and like for example, like last year, I didn't have a single Best Picture nomination in my top 10 favorite films of the year. But this year now I've got, let me quickly check, 1, 2, 3. I got 4 this year. So it's a bit more on my level of what's been nominated this year.
Yeah, fair enough.
I had one from last year. Oh, no, I had 2 from last year. I had Substance and Dune in my top.
I think the closest to cracking into my top 10 last year was Dune, and that was in about 12th or 13th place.
Did Substance come out by you in the...
Yeah. I like the film. I like the film. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in my top 10, yeah, I have 4. No, sorry, I can't count. 5.
Nice.
Last year, just for comparison.
But what about you, Pat? What was like, did you first start paying attention?
Yeah, so I remember like my parents watching him growing up, because and doing that, and especially back when, like in the 90s, especially, it was a lot of more, like a lot of times the Best Picture nominees were more like movies that, like, a lot of the big blockbusters would end up getting nominated for Best Picture. And I do know there was a period, particularly in the late 2000s, 2010s, where that was one of the complaints was about, it not being the movies that everybody saw, weren't really considered. But so my parents had a little bit of interest there. We actually weirdly weren't that much of a movie family. We were more of a TV family. I saw, growing up, we watched like all of the big dramas, Lost and Grey's Anatomy and all that kind of stuff. That's what we were watching more so. So I have always liked movies. And it was in college that me and a couple of my friends, we decided, I guess it was the year with Argo. I don't remember which year that was.
2012. Yeah, that would be our no, that'd be sophomore year.
Yeah. So that year a couple of us decided that we were gonna like have an Oscar movie marathon like the weekend before the Oscars and then watch the Oscars because I was really bad at I'm not good at going to the theater and watching movies, kind of in general, and still aren't. So I was like, oh, let's see what we can do and see which ones we can watch. And it was a lot of fun. So we kept doing it every year. And then once I graduated and moved from New Jersey back home to Georgia, I was like, well, I've been doing this the last couple of years. I think I'm going to try to watch all the movies. And then, for my parents, when I was still living at home and my sisters, I was like, do you guys want to watch them with me? And they started watching all the movies I'd watch with me. And then now every year we've been doing it because that was 2015. This will be our 11th year doing it together as a family, which I think is really cool. So we'll get together for a weekend and watch. We try to watch all the Best Picture nominees. And then if there's a movie that's probably going to win Best Actor or Best Actress or something, one of those awards, then we'll probably try to watch that as well. So very excited to make my mom, who is very, not traditional, not the right word, but, not into the weird movies like I am, make her watch Weapons. Very excited. She's not
I was going to say, if you go to, I don't know if your family does this, if you go to AMC, they do the giant Best Picture showcase like over 2 days where they split between like 5 movies one weekend, 5 movies the next weekend.
Yeah, I don't think I could get them to do that because my family, as in general, very much likes being able to have the subtitles on movies.
No, that's fair.
And also being able to pause the movie in the middle because they want, to go get a snack or whatever. And so
I also like subtitles on my movie, so I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, there should be subtitles on movies in movie theaters, even if they're in English. I'm a very big proponent of it, not just because obviously so deaf people can enjoy movies in the movie theater, but also just put subtitles on. Like, I don't see what the problem. People like watching with subtitles. People with hard of hearing or have processing issues, whatever it is, subtitles help. And then of course deaf people as well. So anyway, don't get off my soapbox about it, but there should be subtitles in movie theaters. Pretty standard.
I'm not going to oppose that, especially maybe you keep kids out because they're like, oh no, I got to read.
But yeah.
So you mentioned it, Pat, for you'd go and watch all of the like Best Picture nominees and like actor and actress films and stuff. It reminded me of last year because I do the same, and last year having to deciding to do that and then realizing I'd have to watch Emilia Perez was an experience.
Yeah, I will say that I am not opposed to not watch one of the nominees on principle. So I refused to watch Emilia Perez last year because both the Mexican American community and the trans community were all like, this is an offensive movie. So I was like, great.
I'm gonna be real honest. I completely forgot Emilia Perez was the movie until just now.
It was profoundly evil, but watching that movie.
Yeah.
I have something similar this year as well, in terms of I refuse to watch a movie, but that's because I refuse to watch Song Sung Blue because it stole Chase Infinity's Oscar nomination.
Yeah, that was bullshit. I'm not happy about that. Fucking Hugh Jackman. God damn it. Ethan, how about what if just for jokes they nominated All Quiet on the Western Front again?
Oh God.
So for those who don't know, last year, the year this movie was nominated, it was I think 23.
It it came out in 22, I believe. So it'd have been, yeah, it was 2022 because it stole all of Top Gun Maverick's Oscars.
Yes, and so every time it won an Oscar, Ethan just kept bringing his letterbox score lower and lower and lower until he got to 1 star.
No, I think it ended up at half a star.
That's hilarious, actually. I love that.
It joined the only 2 other films I've ever given a solo half star to.
Yeah, I'm a
Go
very much a fan of a bit letterbox rating. So
I'm looking at the like what I've seen from like the Academy Picture nominees. Ethan, I forgot Rocky won, which means the story about a guy who became a boxer because Apollo Creed time traveled and killed his dad.
That is a callback to our Rocky episode. That was one of the most chaotic recordings I think has ever been on the channel.
So basically, I think what was it? You said it that there's this whole running bit now where every time Rocky is mentioned, I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, the movie where the guy became a boxer to kill the man who killed his father at like 5 years old.
Oh God. No, yeah, but like some wins, like for Best Picture, are generally surprising in a great way, and then there's some that are generally surprising in a terrible way, like Crash.
Crash, The King's Speech, Shakespeare in Love.
yeah.
Good.
So what? This is a great way to start. I think. What do you think is of at least of the ones you've seen? What is the worst Best Picture winner you have watched?
Of I've seen, Crash is up there. Green Book was
Driving Miss Daisy.
Miss Daisy. God.
Green Book and Driving Miss Daisy kind of go really like weirdly in hand together.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, those are up there. It's not like a terrible movie, but I wasn't 100 that big a fan of Anora last year. But again, like I said, none of the films up for Best Picture last year were
Chicago
big favorites of mine.
Chicago is one of those movies where it's a great musical, but it's not a good Best Picture winner. If that makes any sense.
That's fair.
No,
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was up against some big heavy hitters that year for sure.
I think I'm of the notion where every year a Lord of the Rings movie was nominated, it should have won, quite frankly.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think I did watch Shakespeare in Love kind of recently for the first time, and it was a little surprising, definitely. I think maybe my least favorite one nominated that one is Braveheart, personally.
That's fair. I just watched that for the first time, and like, it's good, but it's on the lower end of my list.
Well, I'm a Mel Gibson hater.
That's fair.
Very, very fair.
But I will say, I think I did see Apollo 13 and Babe, I think, but like, 25 years ago, maybe.
Way better movies. Way better.
I do actually think it's kind of crazy, not in like because it doesn't deserve it, but in the fact that the Academy nominated Babe, the movie about a pig, at all. But I have heard good things about The Postman, El Postino. I have to watch it.
Oh, when you said The Postman, I thought you meant the Kevin Costner movie. I'm like, wait a minute. That's a bad movie.
No. It's an Italian movie.
Oh,
okay.
I'm looking for the list, and I just found one that I deeply dislike for one Best Picture. American Beauty.
I have that on my list. Oh boy.
It is.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Not good for numerous reasons nowadays.
I mean, chief among them being the main star.
Well, yes. Who also won Best Actor that year as well.
Yes.
Yeah, he was beloved back then.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We all were like,
oh yeah, definitely.
all
Yeah,
for Kevin Spacey back then.
Yes, especially when oh god, what was the TV show, Netflix show?
House of Cards.
House of Cards. That was his comeback.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is great. I love this. And then very quickly it became not great. And I was like, okay, got it. I understand.
That Oscars ceremony either won American Beauty won in was also the same year that Michael Caine beat out Tom Cruise in Magnolia, which is a very personal attack on me, to be honest.
How dare you confront Ethan's god?
Fair enough.
I'm looking at that American Beauty. Green Mile and Insider alone should have cleared American Beauty.
And like Russell Crowe being up for Best Actor as well for The Insider and losing is insane.
Yeah, I will say there are definitely a lot of really interesting choices. And like I know like with Green Book, right? When Green Book won over a bunch of movies that are absolutely, but I think Green Book was probably like in my opinion, the 10th best film on that list.
I'm looking at the list for Green Book. It beat out Black Panther, Black Klansman, The Favorite, A Star Is Born. All movies are infinitely better.
Yeah. And I will say part of it is I mean, get it. Part of it is definitely that I think some of them probably were like, oh, the best movie is Black Panther, but they didn't want to give it Best Picture kind of deal.
Cowards, but okay.
Which, whatever. But also, I think, actually, I take this back. I'm looking at the list now. Green Book was probably the 9th best movie on the list because I absolutely despise Bohemian Rhapsody.
That is a terrible movie.
That's a terrible fucking movie.
And the fact that it won Best Sound, the whole thing is a mess.
And
anyway,
Best Actor.
But
I like Rami Malek in that movie, but that's very, very, very stretching it. I don't remember who else was nominated that year, quite frankly, but I have to look.
I have to pull it up. But yeah, I think it's just it, and there's definitely like there's vote splitting among a bunch of different things. It's like part of the reason that because there were so many good movies that it was kind of there wasn't really a front runner for Best Picture that year because like The Favorite's probably my favorite Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Black Panther was fantastic. Black Klansman was incredible movie. People thought Roma might be the first movie to win Best Picture as a foreign language film. There was a lot of really good movies that year. And that is kind of part of the danger of where decisions are made by voting. And is that sometimes there's too much good and it kind of sometimes shakes out that a bad thing wins. And that's, and like in the Grammys in particular, I know that's an issue where like if there's multiple albums of the same genre nominated for Best Album, it can lead to vote splitting, and then the country album wins Best Album or something like that. So it does make it a challenge, but yeah. Oh yeah, Best Actor that year was Rami Malek won over Christian Bale in Vice. I mean, as Dick Cheney, Bradley Cooper in Stars Born, Willem Dafoe in At Eternity's Gate, where he was Vincent Van Gogh, and Viggo Mortensen in Green Book. Which
all right, so like I probably would have been okay if like Cooper, Dafoe won, but like at least it wasn't Viggo Mortensen or Christian Bale.
Yeah, fair enough. It was a weird year for Best Actor. There was a good stretch where I was like, I genuinely don't care about that Best Actor.
Yeah, you mentioned in Roma as well, almost being the first international feature to get Best Picture. Obviously, then the very next year, then it did finally happen with Parasite, which is one of my favorite wins of
Parasite.
Entire Oscars.
I'm looking at that list for.
It's a great lineup of films, except for one very obvious.
Oh wait, you mean your favorite movie of all time? Joker.
Also, one of the only movies I've ever given a half star to.
I was one of the ones I refused to watch on principle, I will say.
Dunt is very bad, except for the score, which is very good.
Yes, well, and yeah, that is...
And listen, Joaquin Phoenix is also very good in that movie.
He's not. Baffling win for Best Actor, that.
Yeah, I will say...
Who else was nominated? I gotta see who was nominated that year.
It was Leo for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, wait, nope, never mind then. Okay, yep, already.
Adam Driver for Marriage Story.
Well, and one of the biggest things that year is they didn't nominate a single actor for Parasite,
which is insane.
And they probably could have in a good year, they easily could have swept all 4 of the awards. In my opinion.
Song Kang-ho immediately should have been nominated for that movie.
Yeah. Especially as well when you see who won Best Actress in a leading role for a movie I don't think anyone remembers anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, and this was a weird. Other than Parasite, Parasite, all the awards it won was great, but everything else was so weird that year because, like, Laura Dern won for Marriage Story, but that was the second best Laura Dern performance that year because she was better in Little Women.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Florence Pugh was also nominated for Little Women as well.
I'm still mad The Irishman was kind of shut out because, like, great fucking movie. Like, I'm looking at the list. Like, I haven't seen 4v Ferrari yet. I keep meaning to.
Really solid film there.
Irishman's great. Little Women, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think those. Parasite, Jojo Rabbit. I think I'm just tired of Taika, but
there's plenty of reasons now.
Also looking at acting supporting role that year, I know he's not great, but I do think Brad Pitt was probably the correct choice that year for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, fair enough. He was really good in that. I was trying to...
Going back really quick, a couple decades to Driving Miss Daisy's era, I think I'm more annoyed. I hate that movie on principle because it took everything from Do the Right Thing.
Oh, God. Do the Right Thing.
Genuinely one of the biggest, like, upsets, fuck-ups the Academy's ever done is not give that movie anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I also just don't like Alfred Urey. So there's that too. Who wrote it? I saw growing up in Atlanta, it may be part of the reason because I saw Parade, the musical about Leo Frank, who was unfortunately lynched in my hometown, actually. So I was like, oh, I really want to go see this when it tours in Atlanta. I think it might have been the first time it was actually ever performed in Atlanta when it toured through here. And the musical is not good. And it's really unfortunate because it's like a really, it's really important story, but it's like the same thing where it's like he like writes a lot of stuff about like important things, but writes it really poorly, in my opinion. And anyway, I got a lot of complaints about it, but that's not what this is about. This is not about the musical Parade. So, but anyway, but yeah, so I think so. Yeah, Parasite definitely was was like a really great surprise. I didn't think they were going to do it and give Best Picture to Parasite
because it was Best Picture, Best Director. Was it Best Screenplay as well?
I'm checking right now. I also want if it's screenplay or director. It had that moment where Bong Joon-ho was like, "Hey guys, subtitles. They're not going to kill you."
Yes, it was Best Picture. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best International Feature Film.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. But then no acting, even nominations, is just insane.
Yeah, and it was I mean, Parasite's one of those movies. So the like when the guys living in the basement like comes up for the first time, like that's one of the like that shot will be stuck in my mind, I think maybe forever. When he's coming up for the first time, and it's like I feel that way really about Sinners this year too, about the Sammy's song. I feel I like that'll just be stuck forever in my mind as like just one of the most beautiful moments on film. And
I literally had an almost ethereal experience with that scene when I saw it in the movie theater. I was almost levitating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, while we mentioned Sinners, congratulations, now holding the record for most nominations of all time, 16.
Yeah.
Beating the previous record holders by what, 2 as well?
By 2, yeah.
By 2.
Not just by 1, by 2. It was, I think, All About Eve, Titanic, and La La Land.
Yes. Yeah, those 3 had 14. And well, they obviously deserve all 16 of their nominations too, but some of the film bros online, if it got 15, would have been like, well, yeah, because they added casting, which is a new award. But
even
this year.
It would be one ahead anyway, even without casting.
But they got without it would still be one ahead. So really, so now even the film bros can't argue about it. Yeah. But there is a new award this year, casting, which I am very excited about. And next year they're adding best stunts. Finally,
I can't believe it's not in place this year. for Tom Cruise to finally get one for Mission Impossible.
Ethan, they've
ridiculous.
angered Ethan's god, so that's why he's going to make Digger.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Digger, man.
I
can't wait for Digger.
I cannot. Ugh.
Also, going back to Parasite briefly, fun fact about Parasite, that was the last film I saw in a theatre before the dark times.
Before
Yeah.
the pandemic.
Yeah, because it didn't come out until February year. So I saw it, I think, the last day of February in 2020. And then, obviously, 2 weeks later.
Ethan, you had a more thought-provoking movie. Mine was either Sonic the Hedgehog 1 or My Hero Academia Heroes Rising.
Yeah.
Look, mine could have been The Gentleman, but
Great movie.
I ended up not seeing it.
What a great movie.
In theaters. So, yeah, it was Parasite, which was a good way to go out on, I will say.
Definitely. Yeah, I think my last one in theaters before pandemic was Little Women, actually.
Oh, look, I saw that.
Oh, man, you guys had
theaters.
You guys had like smart, thoughtful movies, and I saw either Sonic the Hedgehog or fucking My Hero.
To be clear, it was not thoughtful on purpose. It just so happened to be the last one I saw.
Yeah, like I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't know we were going to go into a lockdown 2 weeks after I saw Parasite.
Yeah, I think I saw it in December. Like I just hadn't gone to the movies yet.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the COVID Oscar years, and I'm looking what was nominated. 2020, I get Nomadland because like looking at the other nominations, like there wasn't a lot out, so I get it.
Yeah, I still probably would have chosen. I think Judas and the Black Messiah probably was my choice that year over Nomadland. Promising Young Woman's really good, but I have since become an Envelope Fidel hater, so
maybe Mank, maybe.
I couldn't get through Mank. I hated Mank.
For that ceremony, I think Anthony Hopkins winning was a great win, but why it was kind of soured was they decided to put Best Actor as the last award of the night because whoever was running the ceremony assumed Chadwick Boseman was going to get a win, and it just.
Yeah,
it was a baffling decision.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Chadwick Boseman should have won for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. That movie is fucking incredible.
Especially out of those nominees. Actually, I know I really loved Riz Ahmed in Sound of Metal.
Oh yeah, he was great in that. It was actually a pretty well. And that's kind of what's crazy about the whole thing. It was a pretty deep year for Best Actor performances.
Probably one of the stronger years we've had of recent times.
And it just feels crazy to end the ceremony with anything other than Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, just because that's the big award. It's like if you end, I don't know. It just feels crazy to have done anything to put any award at the end other than Best Picture. But anyway, but yeah, because Riz Ahmed was great that year. I haven't seen The Father yet, but Anthony Hopkins is great in everything. So, Chadwick Boseman, Stephen Yeun and Minari was great.
Minari was really good.
Yeah, it's just a crazy year, but a crazy decision. I mean, but
we're going off favorite wins. I wanted to go back a decade or so.
Sure.
The Spotlight winning was a big surprise because I think that was everyone thought like I can't remember which one.
Oh, what was that year? What else was that year?
Revenant.
Revenant, Mad Max was that year as well.
Yeah, I think Revenant was what people were assuming. I do believe that more people wanted to vote Mad Max Fury Road as Best Picture, but felt weird about it.
Here's the thing. I remember I used to work at a movie theater, and I worked it during this time of the year in the Oscars. All the old white people who saw it said Mad Max Fury Road was bad and should have been nominated for Best Picture. I'm like, all right, you have bad taste. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. Mad Max Fury Road was
it's amazing.
Incredible. Yeah, but I mean, similarly, when I sat down and was like, and showed my family Mad Max Fury Road, my parents were like, I don't get it. And I was like, well, the first ones did come out in the 80s. So, but they were, I don't think either of my parents were ever like into those kind of movies then.
Yeah. And obviously they're all very different from each other as well, really, when you look at them. So,
yeah.
You really got to look back at the 2010s and like how stacked all those years were. Like
Most of those years.
Like that whole decade. I mean, again, Social Network should have won. The Artist winning 2011. I mean, that's just a good year period.
Yeah,
but the artist winning is insane.
But like, I get it. But like, if I had to pick between the movie ones, I would have picked Hugo. Quite frankly,
I'd have picked Tinker Tailor, Soldier Spy.
Even that wasn't nominated for Best Picture.
It wasn't nominated. What the fuck are we doing here, guys?
I was like, I got bad news for you, buddy.
Because I remember like Gary Oldman didn't get Best Actor that year, which was ridiculous. I didn't know it didn't even get nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, it wasn't even nominated for Best Picture. Who got? Oh yeah, Best Actor was Jean Dujardin.
Yeah,
for
a film that.
Yeah, and the artist is definitely weird because it's like I felt this way about Boyhood as well, which luckily, in my opinion at least, luckily didn't win. Is that it was like I felt like they were recognizing the feat more than they were recognizing the art of the film.
That's fair.
And so it's kind of the artist just always felt like a really weird choice. I will say that is out of kind of a lot of the more recent ones where I've seen some of the Best Picture winners. I think that's kind of the list of movies for Best Picture 2011 that it just feels like it exists in a different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Hugo, Midnight in Paris, Moneyball.
Yeah, The Help. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close.
No, The Descendants did get nominated for Best Picture.
Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close should not have been nominated at all.
No, yes, absolutely. But, it's just it was like a weird year, I think.
Moneyball is kind of the greatest movie of all time, so I do get that getting nominated.
Yeah,
which one?
I think
Moneyball.
I don't think it's crazy that it's nominated, but if you were to be like, if you were to say, explain the premise of Moneyball and be like, and it's nominated for Best Picture, people would be like, what are you talking about?
I just looked who won Best Actress that year and who else was up nominated, and that is a ridiculous result.
Meryl Streep would. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, Meryl Streep played Margaret Thatcher against Rooney Mara and the Girl
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis.
Rooney Mara.
Yeah.
Christopher Plummer again, Best Supporting Actor for Beginners is a really good one. Beginners is a beautiful movie.
Yeah. And I love Octavia Spencer, regardless of The Help as a film.
Also, yes, by the best performance out of the Best Supporting Actresses nominated.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Well, maybe Rose Byrne should have been nominated for oh no, sorry, that's Spy. That was 2015, wasn't it? That's when nominated.
I gotta be honest. Melissa McCarthy getting nominated for an Oscar for Bridesmaids, like now, feels insane.
Yeah, it does. I do think that we should be nominating comedic performances more often.
We should,
but I don't like Bridesmaids.
It just feels like thinking back, like at the time, sure, maybe I get it because that was like kind of her bursting onto the scene in movies more, but like that's insane.
Yeah, I will say she was great in Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Yes.
Oh my god,
that was an amazing movie.
Yes,
and Richard D. Grant probably should have won. Well, yeah.
I'm gonna look to make sure that Richard E. Grant was even nominated. Just to be honest,
he was
positive he was.
Okay, he was because like Ethan thought that Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy was nominated for Best Picture, so I had to double check.
That's one of my picks for best movies of the 2010s. So not getting nominated is insane.
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
I would say the early 2010s in general were very weird time for movies for the Oscars. I think because like The King's Speech won in 2010, and I think both Black Swan and Social Network. And
Social Network clears immediately based on the Cher's scene where Mark fucks him over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then like The Artist in 2011, we already talked about that one. 2012, Argo, a movie I don't like.
I love Argo. Ben Affleck should have been nominated for Best Director. That's one of those fuck ups that like.
That is an insane one.
Although I also like Django Unchained. That's a movie I love.
I do love Django Unchained. I easily would have chosen Beasts of the Southern Wild.
Yeah, that's very fair.
All right, Les Miserables. Looking back on it with Tom Hooper's career since then is kind of insane.
I will say I do think Les Miserables maybe wouldn't have been nominated for Best Picture if it wasn't for Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Because I'm an Anne Hathaway defender forever.
Yes.
I do think she absolutely deserved the Oscar for Les Mis because she was so good in that movie. And I think if she wasn't in it, then I think it would be less. I don't think Les Mis would have probably ended up being nominated at all.
Also, can we bring back Seth MacFarlane as an Oscars host? Because I enjoyed him.
Following year is actually a pretty good year from memory, especially what was nominated for Best Picture.
Yes, I agree.
2014 awards.
You mean 2013?
So 2013 films ceremony was in 2014.
Okay,
yes.
I'm reading it as 2013. But 12 Years a Slave, Captain Phillips, Her, Gravity, Wolf of Wall Street, all of those immediately. But I was like, if either of those would want to be fine. American Hustle is I don't know how David O. Russell keeps getting work, but
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. He's got a John Madden film out this year, I guess.
That's crazy.
With Nicolas Cage, John Madden.
Oh, God, it's horrifying.
Insane.
Have you seen a photo of him, Pat?
Of Nicolas
Cage as John Madden?
No, but I have to look it up now.
All right, hold on. I got you. Hold on. I'm just going to send you the damn trailer. It's only 40 seconds long. It aired during football. Hang on. I'm going to put it in the Slack.
John Madden. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I see the picture. That is horror. I mean, he does kind of look like John Madden.
He does kind of look like John Madden. So I guess it means. I guess I am saying John.
But
Madden.
Again, how does David O. Russell keep getting fucking work?
Yeah, that's crazy. American Hustle was such a weird movie because it was a movie that the acting in it was so good and the writing was so fucking terrible.
Yeah. Dallas Buyers Club, I have a weird story with this one. So when I worked at this movie theater job, it's the holidays, I'm working, getting the food prep done. This old man comes out of a different movie and he falls over a little bit and people are helping him up, getting him to the chair. And I had to go make sure my general manager calls me over to help make sure he's okay. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And then he's like, I'm going to go see another movie. And he goes to Dallas Buyers Club. She turns to me and she goes, hey, I need you to make sure this guy doesn't die in the theater. So I had to sit a couple of rows away from him, watching Dallas Buyers Club.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I wouldn't be mad at this. I wouldn't be mad at this, but I have shit to do.
Well, and it's also just crazy that happens in a movie about people dying.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think that's the movie where, listen, I gotta look to see who else was nominated that year, but that was the movie where we let Jared Leto, I think, have a bit too much more power.
Won the Oscar that year.
Yeah. That's
okay. Hold on. Over Michael Fassbender in 12 Years a Slave, Jonah Hill in The Wolf of Wall Street, Barkhad Abdi in Captain Phillips, which
he's so good. He's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was certainly an interesting choice, to say the least. But more importantly, is that year really introduced us to Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh,
yes,
and that's all we have to remember.
That performance deserved it.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely, she was incredible in that movie, and has gotten a lot of really incredible work since then, which is great. And really anything she's in, I'm down for. Actually, I think, strangely enough, other than 12 Years a Slave, I think my favorite movie with Lupita Nyong'o is
Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
God damn it. What is it, Pat?
Queen of Katwe, which was the movie about the Ugandan chess player.
Yeah.
That apparently Zoran Mamdani was a production assistant on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because his mom's the director.
Yeah.
Mirror and there.
Which is, but anyway, it's just a crazy Just every detail I learned about that movie was crazy, but also it was pretty fun.
I think my favorite Lupita Nyong'o post 12 Years a Slave is probably Black Panther or Us.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Us is
The answer really is Us, obviously.
Yeah.
In fact,
And the Wild Robot's up there too. Her voice performance in that is fantastic.
oh yeah, definitely. I will say I do have like there's a couple of things that I like judge people's taste of movies in, and one of them is whether or not they believe Lupita Nyong'o should have been nominated for Us, because the answer is she should have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other one is whether or not they think Marissa Tomei deserved the Oscar for
100%.
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny. Thank you. Which is another one that is 100% absolutely she should have.
What an incredible movie My Cousin Vinny is. Oh my God.
It's one of my
I haven't
favorite movies
seen
of all
it
time.
in
It's
years. I need to rewatch it.
I watch it every couple
Listen,
of
I've
years.
seen your parents fight. They're amateurs.
It's just so quotable. It is actually one of the ones I have in my letterbox for, I will say.
I'm looking to see who else he was up with against that year. Hold on.
I honestly don't think
yeah.
I've seen any of the other movies, but I
No,
do think
I
Marissa Tomei deserved it.
Also, the fact that that was the only thing that was nominated for that movie and it wasn't nominated for like Best Picture or anything is kind of insane.
Or like at least screenplay.
Yeah,
You know?
it wasn't even nominated for screenplay. It was only nominated. Yeah, that was the only nomination.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a surprise too. She wasn't even nominated for the Golden Globe. It was crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of things.
Although Unforgiven or A Few Good Men, if either won that year, I'd be fine.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. There's definitely a lot of cases where it's like, yeah, that I'm fine with that, you know.
There's a lot of cases where it's like the one you don't want to win, but then you see the one that does win, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I felt that way about I think Shape of Water is probably I felt that way.
Okay.
Because, you know, I was definitely I mean I loved Get Out. I loved Lady Bird, but then like, you know, I wasn't upset that Shape of Water won.
No.
No,
you know,
I think I was
a good
very
movie.
happy Shape of Water won, but I had pushed for, I think, Get Out for sure.
Yeah, well.
That obviously not counting Guy Oldman as Churchill, but that lineup for Best Actor that year is nuts.
Oh yeah.
Because that's Daniel Kaluuya, Timothy Chalamet for Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread, Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel Esquire, and then Guy Oldman for Darkest Hour. Which,
Yeah.
just from an acting talent is nuts.
Yeah, and even just like in general, that year was really deep in pretty much all categories, because Best Actress was Frances McDormand, Sally Hawkins, Margot Robbie, Saoirse Ronan, Meryl Streep.
That's a crazy good lineup.
Yeah, and then Best Actor was Sam Rockwell, Willem Dafoe, Woody Harrelson, Richard Jenkins, Christopher Plummer, and then Supporting Actress was Allison Janney, Mary J. Blige, Leslie Manville, Laurie Metcalf, and
Okay,
Spencer.
I'm gonna be honest. It should have been Christopher Plummer alone for the fucking miracle he pulled off. You had a whole ass movie, and then you had to take an actor out of that movie and put a new actor in and make it seamless.
Yeah, fair enough.
I do think one interesting thing, obviously, I think earlier on, Pat, you were mentioning about how, like, in the late 2000s, people were starting to say why weren't more populist films being nominated. And obviously, I think the big turning point for that was The Dark Knight not getting nominated for Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously then, after that, then they did expand the number of films that could be nominated for Best Picture from 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it is kind of ridiculous Dark Knight didn't get nominated, because if I remember, that year wasn't completely strong, from memory.
Yeah, that was, let's see.
That was, I look here, Slumdog Millionaire, Benjamin Button, Frost Nixon, Milk, and The Reader.
Yeah, I don't think any of those films are better than The Dark Knight.
No. Not a shot in hell.
Like, The Dark Knight isn't even, like, one of my favourite Nolan films, to be honest, but compared to those...
I still laugh. I still laugh that Robert Downey Jr. got nominated for Tropic Thunder that year.
He's a dude playing another dude.
He's a lead farmer motherfucker.
Yeah, there's
Tell him, McCluskey. Tell him what time it is.
yeah, there were definitely some, because I think the other one too that year actually was Wall-E. People thought should have been nominated for Best Picture.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that definitely should have.
And I really do think one of the weirdest, speaking of Wall-E, I do think one of the weirdest things about like the history of the Oscars is how long it took them to have an Oscar for animated feature.
2001 was the first one, and man, do you want to talk about an insane first lineup?
What was that lineup?
Shrek, Jimmy Neutron, and Monsters Inc.
Oh.
Yeah, and then Shrek won, of course.
And became a cult classic film.
Which I think was right. I think Shrek winning does make sense,
yes,
but it is...
Yes.
Hold on. I'm going to go to bat for Monsters Inc. That should have won.
Good movie.
I mean, Monsters Inc. is great. I love Monsters Inc. But I don't know. Something about Shrek. I just love Shrek. But
I just would have laughed at Academy Award winning Nickelodeon movies.
Oh, definitely. I do think, isn't it like this very next year is when Spirited Away wins?
Spirited Away is 2002, although I got to be real honest. If Treasure Planet was nominated, I would have been happy if Treasure Planet won.
Fair enough. I do like Treasure Planet. Spirited Away is a perfect movie in my mind.
That's fair. And then 2003 was Finding Nemo, then The Incredibles.
Yeah, but I think what's really crazy about it is they finally did a animated feature award in 2001, but animated short film has been around basically the entire time. They just didn't
insane.
do an animated feature award, and they were like, oh, well, it could be nominated for Best Picture. But then the only movie before they introduced animated feature to be nominated for Best Feature was Beauty and the Beast. And so they were like, okay, well, this clearly that's an insane decision, especially because there's, it's not just recognition for the movie, but also animation as an art form and the separate set of skills you need for that.
Well, you say about animation as an art form, it's kind of insane that that like they don't count animated movies that are like all motion capture, like Adventures of Tintin, for example.
Or what was the big controversy for the Lego movie? Because it had a couple scenes in live action, it didn't count as a animated feature.
That's stupid. I'll be honest, that should have won.
Yeah, and I think they ended up changing the rules some because I think I don't know. I could be completely pulling this out of my ass, but I think they changed the rules some.
They must have because
Marcel, the show,
and across the Spider-Verse as well was nominated. There's a couple moments of live action footage in it.
Yeah, so I think they figured out, that sometimes just because there's some live action elements doesn't mean it's not an animated feature, which...
Yeah, I mean, like you could count any computer-generated imagery as animated, so that doesn't preclude them from being nominated for Best Picture, does it? So
yeah, well, and I think it'd be really funny. It'd be really funny in my mind if they get to the point where the Avatar movies qualify for Best Animated Feature,
and they will sweep.
Ethan, I meant to ask you, how do you feel as a person from the UK that Shaun the Sheep was nominated for an Oscar?
Hell yeah. Every Aardman prediction except Chicken Run should be nominated for Best Animated Feature.
Wallace and Gromit won.
It did?
Yes. It won, for animated short.
No, it won for animated feature too.
Yeah, because was that last year?
Oh, they went. Was that last year?
No. The 2005, the Were Rabbit.
The Were Rabbit.
Right.
Did it win last year's as well?
Flow was last year.
Flow won last year, didn't it?
And the year before that was Boy and the Heron.
Oh, that Boy and the Heron win. That was good.
Which was like, if Boy and the Heron or Spider-Verse wins, I'll be happy. But the fanboy dude bros were like, Spider-Verse should have won.
Yeah. I did like Spider-Verse. I thought Spider-Verse was very good. I do think there was something about Boy and the Heron winning that
Boy in
was
the Heron, it
just
was
so
so
good.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I do feel, I mean, any movie that Miyazaki makes is great. I've seen all the movies he's directed, and I've loved every single one of them. But there was something special in Boy and the Heron
Hmm.
that I have only like that reached that level of specialness only in, I think, Spirited Away, and then my other favorite one, which is Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
so
were like it was up there in the very, very top of what he's done,
I
which is
do think
incredible,
it's
seeing as he came back from retirement to make it.
I do think it's crazy that Hayao Miyazaki's only won twice and he's been nominated more than that.
Yes. Oh yeah, I definitely agree. But
uh,
I think he's
if we're
the
talking about if we talk about people who've been nominated plenty of times, can we please talk a minute about Diane Warren?
oh my God. Yes.
What is okay? Someone put this up here. Someone said the Academy is Lucy, Diane Warren, Charlie Brown.
Was it something like 70 nominations now?
This is her 17th nomination. She has been nominated. I have to pull it up. She's been nominated every single year since 2016.
Okay. I think at that point, maybe you take a year off.
Oh God!
And it's just
And she's not going to win this year either because I think it's pretty much Golden's to lose this year.
yeah. And if Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters doesn't win, then it's gonna be Sinners.
It'll be Sinners, yeah.
But it's really funny this year because
it'd be
it's
really
for
fun.
it's the song that's nominated is from a documentary about her.
Mm.
It'd be
It'd
be really funny if somehow like Dirty Work by Steely Dan won.
If I remember right, isn't it? Is it Keisha did the Diane Warren song this year?
No, it's
right?
from Diane Warren, Relentless, Dear Me, music and lyrics by Diane Warren.
No, but like as in who sang it?
Oh, who sang it? Oh, I don't know because the documentary that it's from doesn't have a Wikipedia article.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, Diane Warren is. I honestly don't know if she exists outside the context of writing one song a year for movies. I guess
it's like Michael Bublé every time Christmas comes around. Once the Oscar season's over, he just kind of disappears for a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did just pull up Diane Warren's Wikipedia page. She apparently wrote "If I Could Turn Back Time" by Cher, "Look Away" by Chicago, "Because You Loved Me" by Celine Dion, "How Do I Live" by Leanne Rimes, "I Don't Miss a Thing" by Aerosmith. She apparently has written 33 top 10 Billboard Hot 100 songs.
Just can't get that Oscar.
Let's clarify for a second. How Do I Live from the 1997 seminal film Con Air? Let's clarify that.
Oh, sure. But apparently she does have a Grammy and an Emmy.
She also has an honorary Oscar at the Governor Awards.
Those don't count. As much as I want to say they can because Tom Cruise finally got one, they don't count.
Yeah, they don't. They definitely don't. Though I am curious, I do need to look up what her Emmy is for because it'll be very funny if it's for From the Hunting Ground. That's what
I just want to see what she's been like nominated for Oscar wise. Yeah, 17 nominations.
Yeah, so Diane Warren's nominations. Her first one was 1987 for Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now from Mannequin.
Okay. Yeah.
1996 was next, Because You Loved Me from Up Close and Personal. 1997, How Do I Live from Con Air.
Hell yeah.
1998, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing from Armageddon.
Wait, that did it? That should have won. Hold on a minute. That should have fucking won. That is a classic song.
Let's see what I'm sure the issue with going back at best original song, if you haven't seen the movie, half of the time you're like, okay,
hold on. I'm going back and I'm looking.
It lost to When You Believe from Prince of Egypt.
No.
That's tough.
I mean, yeah, that's tough, but like Come on. Come on.
Next was 1999, Music of My Heart from Music of the Heart.
Sure.
2001, There You'll Be from Pearl Harbor.
Ooh, man.
And then she wasn't nominated again until 2014, so 13-year gap, where she was nominated for Grateful from Beyond the Lights. And then 2015, she was nominated for Till It Happens to You from The Hunting Ground, which is what she won her. There's the Lady Gaga song that she also won an Emmy for the same documentary because the Emmys ignore whatever. It's another issue. Don't have time for that. And then every year since 2017, Stand Up for Something from Marshall. 2018, I'll Fight from RBG, the documentary. 2019, I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough. 2020, IOC from The Life Ahead. 2021, Somehow You Do from 4 Good Days. 2022, Applause from Tell It Like a Woman. 2023, The Fire Inside from Flamin' Hot. 2024,
you mean the Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie?
Yes. 2024, The Journey from The 688. And then this year, Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless.
So many real movies there the last few years.
Yeah, so many movies that absolutely exist and people definitely watched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's man, it's just there were definitely a lot of other movies that probably could have gotten nominated for best song over Diane Warren again.
I just find it funny she keeps trying. I mean, listen, I respect the game, but geez.
Yeah.
So just swinging us back out to the nominations that came out today, can we talk a bit about how insanely stacked international feature is this year? Because that is a hell of a lineup.
Can we talk?
We'll
get to that, but I want to talk about Best Supporting Actor because holy shit.
Also, yes. But you got The Secret Agent, which is Brazil's feature, which I wasn't on my radar, but Wagner Moore has just been campaigning so hard for it and so earnestly that I'm just desperate to see it now. Then you go It Was Just an Accident, which is Jafar Panahi's new film, which I'm also desperate to see. Living in the UK means a lot of these films just won't even come out until after the Oscars, unfortunately, which is an annoyance. Knows no bounds. Sentimental Value, Joachim Trier's new film. I've seen that twice actually now. I think that's my third favorite film of the year. Beautiful movie. We'll talk a bit more about it later once we hit supporting actor and some such. Sirat, I'm not 100% of the pronunciation of it. Which looks fascinating. I've stayed away from too much about what it's about, but
Sirat, I think it is Sirat.
Got it. But the small bits of footage I've seen of that are spellbinding. Then obviously there's the voice of Henry Jab, which is I want to get my facts out of this just to. It's about the death of Henry Jab, who was a 5-year-old Palestinian girl, which was, I believe, happened either last year or in 2024, and it just looks devastating and absolute must watch. But yeah, that just by itself, you could see that those 5 films being a best picture lineup, never mind a best international feature lineup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is just an amazing thing. But yeah, obviously, John, you said supported actor. Why didn't you go wild on talk about how good of a lineup that is as well? Did John die?
What? Say that one more time. I apologize.
That's right. Supported actor. Why didn't you go wild on how good that is?
Let me run down the lineup here. Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi as for The Creature in Frankenstein. Delroy motherfucking Lindo after so long for Sinners. Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, giving my favorite Sean Penn performance I've ever seen. And Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is and it's both Stellan Skarsgård and Delroy Lindo's first nominations ever.
Yeah, Skarsgård's been acting. I think I saw he's been acting for 54 years.
Yeah,
So
and
it's over half a century.
And it's not even like because he's like in all the foreign films. Stellan Skarsgård has been in tons of English movies.
Yeah, he was in Good Will Hunting, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting, Fincher's Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
Bootstrap Bill.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
That's how I first knew who he was.
He was in Mamma Mia. I mean, plenty of roles to nominate.
Obviously, I don't think it's necessarily an Oscar-nominated role, but the earliest film I've seen him in was The Hunt for Red October, which is a personal favourite of mine.
He's also... I also saw King Arthur when I was younger. He's in that, too.
Also, he is, of course, beloved MCU character, Dr. Eric Selvig.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, who was running around naked at one point.
Yeah, on Stonehenge.
And as we could never forget, is Baron Harkonnen.
Oh, Idun.
Which I think he is on record saying is his favorite role he's ever played.
Also,
he does get just eat the scenery.
Also, everyone's favorite rebel, Uthan Rail.
Mm.
And also gave birth to an absurd amount of handsome children.
Yes.
This is true.
Yes. The Skarsgård acting family.
Kind of surprised. I don't know. I get why he wouldn't be in the awards consideration, but I kind of am surprised Pillion didn't get anything.
For which one?
Pillion, Alexander's new film.
Yeah. I'm personally hoping for supporting. It's Elordi, Delroy, or...
I think what's going to happen is, based on what's happened already in a couple of other ceremonies, is Del Toro and Penn will split via vote and it'll go to Skarsgård.
Elordi's won a couple times, though.
Elordi has won a couple of times, but I don't know if...
He won the Globe. But that's always hard to do.
No, he won Critics' Choice and Skarsgård won Globe.
That's right.
And
both of those are hard to predict, I feel like.
Yeah.
I also want Sean Penn, just because Sean Penn made me laugh way harder than I expected to in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I would obviously love seeing Delroy Lindo win, because he's also been somebody who's been acting for...
His lack
he's been
of
acting for 50 years, too.
Yeah, and his lack of nomination
been doing this for decades.
Five Bloods a few years ago, criminal.
The Five Bloods in general got shut out. Even he said I should have been nominated for that.
Yeah.
They got one nomination, that movie, and that was for score. But I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah. Oh man, that movie.
But yeah, there's some really great stuff. And there was actually, I think it's 11 people.
11 first-time nominees in acting categories.
Which is great. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
I coming up to today with the nominations, I was half convinced like Sinners would almost be like completely locked out of acting nominations, just because just didn't feel like it was going that way. So seeing the three big performances all get nominated with MBJ, Lindo, and Wunmi Mosaku, that made me so happy.
Wunmi Mosaku made me very happy. That was a complete surprise as well.
Supporting actress as well is an insane lineup.
Oh yeah, Elle Fanning,
Ingrid Slaughter Lilias, Amy Madigan, Wunmi Mosaku, and Teyana Taylor. It's amazing lineup.
I hope Amy Madigan wins.
I think it'll be Teyana Taylor.
Probably, but like, oh no, man. God. Fucking Aunt Gladys.
Yeah, it's I don't think there's anybody in supporting actress that would be like, there's like no wrong choice necessarily.
No, there's no wrong. Same with supporting. Honestly, I think the only wrong choice in any of the acting nominations is there's only one. I'd argue.
Hey, Hudson.
Yeah. Only others. Anyone else winning for any of the categories, I'd be fine with. To be honest.
God. Emma Stone and Pagodia was incredible as well. I just watched that recently.
That was a wild performance.
Wild ass movie.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke getting nominated was a surprise. I didn't see that coming. I thought Jesse Plemons would stick it out and get nominated for Begonia.
Also, looking here, MBJ is getting nominated for both Smoke and Stack.
Yes.
Well, it's just based on the performance, isn't it? It's not based on the character you play. So
Okay.
Yep.
So if it was to go by the Oscars' favorite thing of giving it to the most acting, I think two characters should kind of guarantee him the win. I'd say. It won't.
Also, good for Ryan Coogler getting a director nomination. That he deserves that.
Fine.
I think with that we might be looking at a Sinners Best Picture win and a PTA Best Director win. I think they might split it.
If Sinners wins Best Picture, I'll be kind of shocked because I do think it's either going to be Sinners or One Battle.
Yeah, I think it'd be one of those two. I think it'd either be a Sinners Best Picture, PTA Director, or One Battle Best Picture, Coogler Director.
Yeah, I do agree. I think they are going to probably split it. But then again, they said that last year, and
then
that didn't happen. So,
but Ethan, you don't think it's going to be Joseph Kosinski's F1 the movie?
I do not think F1 a movie I enjoyed. Not a movie that is really outside of technical categories, any kind of Oscar frontrunner, I'd argue. Should have even been nominated.
No, I would have put Weapons at that point.
Yeah, also, I'm looking now at the producer. Sorry, just one other thing on F1. I'm looking at the producers nominated for Best Picture for F1. And why isn't Lewis Hamilton on that list?
Was he a producer or executive producer?
He was a producer for memory.
Oh, yeah, he was a producer.
Yeah, it might be. I think it's like a situation where there's like a limit on the number of people who are like actually listed, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm like looking at like what I put for my favorites of the year. Like, oh yeah, 28 years later should have gotten cinematography nominations. That was
shut out of so many. Not a single nomination. I don't think it was even on really any long lists, if I remember right.
No, and it should, because that movie's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Jodie Comer should have been a supporting actress.
If Bone Temple decides to, if they, that kind of takes the momentum, because I've only heard good things. So
I think
I can confirm it's.
I think years just because of what Boyle is doing from a directorial and Anthony Dodd Mantle's doing from a cinematography level creeps out for being better than Bone Temple, but Bone Temple is itself amazing.
Oh, you know what? Mickey 17 should have gotten some love. I know it came out.
17 was fun.
Came out earlier, but how about that Wicked shutout?
Hey, maybe if John and True know how to light a set,
we
wouldn't be in this situation.
It's honestly really funny to me, just because I enjoy the movies well enough, but they're so dark and so bland looking, which is insane. And just also, it's just really funny to me when Mark Platt doesn't do well.
Yes.
So
also, I think another funny thing about Wicked Get Shut Out is they did 2 new original songs for the film and neither of them got nominated for original song.
Yeah, which is really, and like I don't even think we're like the next one if Diane Warren to get nominated. It was like there'd have to be like a couple that don't get nominated before.
You would have had other K-pop Demon Hunter songs. You would have had
to be honest.
Ed Sheeran's F1 song before you got to the Wicked songs. Or
in terms of best actor and best actress, are we all thinking it's going to be Timmy for best actor?
I do think it's going to be Timmy, but I also would be very happy if Mike MBJ won, quite frankly.
There's been some weird
Leo.
There's been some weird Variety seems to think that's going to be Ethan Hawke is their prediction.
That's crazy.
That would be I've heard he's fantastic in Blue Moon. I think had be end up being looked back on more as a career win.
Very likely, yeah.
Didn't he
Um,
win for Boyhood?
No.
He did not.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Um,
no, I don't think he was even. He's
He was-
never been nominated for lead actor. I know that much.
yeah, but he was nominated for supporting, I think, for Boyhood.
Yeah, his Boyhood, and I think his other actor nomination was Training Day, if my memory's correct.
Oh, okay.
And his other
Yes.
Oscar nominations were all script nominations for the Before trilogy.
and I'm trying to remember. Now I'm just clicking through, trying to figure out what the who he lost to for Boyhood, because I do know Patricia Arquette did
But
win,
she did win, yeah.
She won, yeah.
and I'm trying to find what year it would be. Okay, so this is 2015 Academy Awards. Should be this one, and awards. Here we go. So yeah, he lost to J.K. Simmons for Whiplash.
Oh,
I
okay.
get that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and he was also up against Edward Norton for Birdman, Robert Duvall for The Judge, and Mark Ruffalo for Foxcatcher.
God, The Judge is underrated. I enjoy that movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It was Robert Downey Jr. trying to act outside of the Iron Man.
Yeah, it was his one attempt at doing that until Oppenheimer, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, no, because Doolittle was a kid's movie. I'm talking about like an adult drama.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it was his one attempt outside of like family films.
Yeah.
Until Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely was.
Best actress this year as well. I think it's probably going to be Jessie Buckley.
She's won everything so far.
Yeah.
I think it'll be her.
My personal pick would be Renata Reinsve for Sentimental Value, which, oh god, that performance destroyed me. Rose Byrne, mind you, Rose Byrne's won a couple, hasn't she, as well, though? If I'm remembering right.
Oh, you don't think it's going to be Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue as Claire Sardine?
I don't. Then again, you never know. The Academy might just go, oh, we like Emma Stone, let's give it to her again.
Yeah, it looks like Rose Byrne has won some of the. She won the
She won
she won a lot of the
she won
critics.
Globe's comedy as well, didn't she?
Yes, she won Best Actress Musical or Comedy at the Globe.
Which is based on, I haven't seen If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, but based on everything I know about it, not a comedy.
The Wikipedia page says American psychological comedy drama film, so that apparently also stars A$AP Rocky.
It stars A$AP Rocky and Conan O'Brien.
Okay, I could get it. I could get how it could end. I don't know anything about
Yeah.
this movie really, but I could see how it could end. They could have
I like how A$AP
on
Rocky
purpose
is
or
like,
on accident ended up putting it in comedy.
it's really funny to me how A$AP Rocky, between this and the Spike Lee movie.
Highest Lowest.
Yeah.
He rocks at Highest Lowest. As such a fun performance.
He's on tour this year too. If you ever want to see him, he's probably he's touring the UK.
I'm currently saving all my money to pay for flights to America so I can go to our good friend Dan's wedding in October.
Oh yeah. Oh, I need to make sure I got a date for that, I think. Now, I'm not sure if we're still going on to the best nominees for this year. Before we go, I was thinking we could try to give early predictions for next year for 26.
God, I don't even know what's coming out this year.
Well, I have a couple already at the top of my head. Digger will probably get some love.
I would like to finally be in a world where Tom Cruise has an acting Oscar.
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey. Dune.
Yeah.
Dune, Werewolf.
I will say I'm hesitant on saying Werewolf is going to be nominated just because
Nosferatu got kind of shut out a bit, didn't it?
Yeah,
well.
and the Norseman was shut out, and
like Nosferatu only made it into technical categories, didn't it? last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, The Lighthouse only got cinematography. The
Mhm.
Witch wasn't nominated for anything.
I'm looking what else is out.
But
The
we're in
Social
a
Reckoning.
yeah. Sorry.
Nice.
One other thing I will say about Werewolf though is we are in a new age of occasionally nominating horror. So who knows?
Yeah.
Um,
Do you
Project Hail
have
Mary, I don't know if it'll necessarily be an Oscars winner, but I think it will be a good movie.
which one?
Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary, I think will get a lot of technical stuff.
Mhm. We've got new Spielberg in the summer.
Be crazy if somehow Zach Cregger got a nomination for Resident Evil. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be insane.
No, guys, I know exactly what's winning Best Picture. It's The Mandalorian and Grogu.
The Social Reckoning will probably get nominations.
Does it have to?
I don't want it to, but it probably will.
I don't want to see an Aaron Sorkin script directed by Aaron Sorkin again. It's too painful.
Here, I was so mad, and people were like, "Why are you mad?" I'm like, because Aaron Sorkin does a terrible job at directing his own scripts.
Mm-hmm. We've got
Also, listen, I love oh my god, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Jeremy Strong.
I love Jeremy Strong. Just get Jesse Eisenberg back though.
Yeah. We got I don't know if it'll be in any awards consideration because he hasn't been for his last couple either, but we've got the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, that is with Nicholas Sparks. It's like a book too.
Yeah, it's a book. It's Jake Gyllenhaal and Phoebe Dynevor.
You've also got Ridley Scott's new movie, but
is that Jacob Elordi isn't starring in that one?
I think so. There's also, and I don't know if he's going to get nominated for this because he got shut out when Sorry to Bother You came out, but Bruce Riley's new movie's out this year.
Yes. Very excited for that. And for the one he's doing after this as well.
What's he doing after?
Have you not? So it's based on, I think it's a play or a book maybe, but it's about a post-apocalyptic society that tells stories around the campfires, and the stories are Simpson episodes, and eventually they go on to make it a traveling show where they reenact Simpson episodes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
I'm looking to see what else. Disclosure Day. Does Spielberg get nominated or probably not?
It's a summer blockbuster Spielberg, so it's dependent on what the rest of the year looks like, I think. That being nominated is
okay.
We have,
and then
we do have Devil Wears Prada 2.
I'm gonna
could be a Meryl Streep nomination.
Best costuming, I'd imagine. That'll be a nomination.
Also,
if they do it right, it could be Best Picture, depending on how they do it. Also, Godzilla -1.
Oh, -0 is definitely getting nominated for visual at least.
For visuals at least. If they do it right, it'll be nominated for more than that because -1 was just so fucking good.
God.
Also, she's not missed a Best Picture nomination yet. We've got Greta Gerwig's Narnia later this year.
Oh yeah, that's also probably in the running.
That'll certainly be interesting.
I'm gonna start the campaign now. Jackass 5 for Best Documentary.
Generally, Jackass Forever, one of the best films of this year.
Yeah, Jackass Forever should have been nominated for Best Documentary. What the fuck are we doing? Looking to see what else. Coyote versus that's got too much live action, so maybe not. Maybe visual effects. Is that everything? I think that's everything big from the. Oh yeah, Wildwood.
Yeah, because it's so early in the year, we just don't know what a lot of the films are going to premiere at Cannes and Venice and so forth are yet.
Yeah. I mean, because
I'm just going
Sundance
off a very early preliminary.
Yeah, and Sundance of late of the last few years hasn't been too much of a big forebear on what's going to be in the Oscars race.
How about Archie Andrews as Jimmy Stewart?
I have a right to fight for my country just like anybody else.
I have a right to fight for my country. Oh, look at here, everybody. God. I can't believe that's a real movie.
I think the trailer, the best part of the trailer is when KJ Harper says that line, and then it just cuts to Rob Riggle saying, America can't afford to lose Jimmy Stewart.
God, this movie's gonna be terrible. I can't wait.
I think that's a perfect place to end it on, us talking about KJ Harper's Jimmy Stewart biopic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Before we do go, I do just want to say one thing. For anyone who is into film, the critic for IndieWire, David Ehrlich, he does a yearly top 25 video countdown. John, I sent it to you, didn't I?
You did, and I watched it. It is life-changing. It's so good.
Yeah, Pat, I'll send the link to you now once we're done with this, and make sure it's included in the episode description as well, because he's done one for the last 10 years at this point, and they are a delight to watch. Just a really great, just a great way to see the joy of film distilled into about 15-20 minutes. It's amazing. Everyone should watch them. And also, he does a yearly charity drive for them. I believe this year's charity is, I can't remember the specific one, but it's one of the Palestinian relief funds. So if anyone is able to, they should try and help out on that as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's everything, to be honest. Right, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. And the Oscars this year are on March 15th. A little late this year because of the Olympics. Check out our the previous episode we released on the Olympics that I recorded with Dan and Kate McGowan. So if you want to check out all that we do, gatecrashers.fan. We have all of our essays, articles, podcast episodes, and you can get podcast episodes pretty much anywhere that you listen to podcasts. So hope you enjoyed us rambling about the Oscars, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
The GateCrashers.